Split of the doubleheader today. Just your overall thoughts and opinions on what happened.
Well, it looks like we're probably going to have another one-run game tomorrow. I know that much. You always want to win both games of a doubleheader. I thought it's been a great series so far. It's definitely been something. The second game today, we didn't deserve the win. First game, we did deserve to win. That's the way it worked out. When you walk or hit 9 or 10, whatever we did today with a really poor start at the beginning of the game for us. There were some moments as the game went with our pitching that really was good. Rio Britain was fantastic. And I thought a couple of the other guys that threw as well were really good. Dylan Sabia, I thought, did well. Stone Sherby made some very good pitches. I thought Caleb Sloan had a little bit of hard luck, especially with the ball in center field that got loose for 2 to score on just basically a single to center. And that shouldn't have been the case. But still yet, poor start. You're not going to win many games when you're walking 9 or 10 guys, no walks hit by pitches. And, as thrilled as we are to see the complete game out of Isaac Aon, he looks like a Friday night guy, and he pitched like it today. It was disappointing to see the start that we got in the second game.
Just your overall thoughts on Isaac Aon's performance. We just got to speak to him about it.
Well, he's really good. He's obviously really good. He's a guy that's true Friday night stuff kind of guy. And as a sophomore, he's putting himself in a great position next year for probably to get a lot of professional attention with what he's got. His arsenal's really good. His stuff's major league quality, and he's starting to learn how to really pitch. I credit Coach Angieri. He's done a nice job with Isaac.
Well, you had fairly quick hooks on Mozillas and Gordon today. I guess it helps that Isaac went all 7, but did you view the second game as more of a bullpen game? Or
No. It didn't have a quick hook on, well, I guess we had a quick hook on Mozillas, but when you go out there and walk the park and hit a bunch of people, that's not the standard here. That ain't what it looks like. And so if that's the effort that's thrown out there on the mound, then that doesn't deserve to pitch. It doesn't matter what the people have done in the past. Mozillas needs to get some stuff fixed with what's going on with him because it's not up to his standard. Maybe not being in the rotation would be good for him and put himself back in the bullpen where he was very successful last season, maybe the best thing we can do. We'll definitely be doing that in the future. But the key is to get Mozillas back on track. It's not from a lack of effort. The kid tries like crazy. He's made of the right stuff, and he'll get back on track. There's no doubt about it. It's disappointing for him, maybe more than any of us, because the kid is such a baseball player and such a grinder. He's a great kid, and it hurts when our guys don't do well, and he's not happy that he didn't have a great start today.
And if you did that, could we see RJ back in the rotation possibly?
Yeah, potentially. Time will tell. For us, it's just one day at a time right now. Tomorrow's a big day, and it's for the series.
When you're in a series like this against a team that's competitive all the way down the wire, how does it prepare your team for Pac-12 play and even farther down the line?
Well, that's a great question. It's a Pac-12 weekend. These guys are really good. They can put a charge into baseball. They've got great arms in the bullpen and great arms as starters. That's why we schedule Santa Barbara. Traditionally, they've been in their conference and on the West Coast, one of the perennial teams on the West Coast, perennial powers. And so that's why we scheduled them, is because we knew that it was going to be great baseball. And so far it's been that 3 very exciting one-run ball games here at PK Park.
Drew, in the first game, he had a home run, ground rule double, drove the ball, had that game go ahead, RBI single, drove the ball well in game 2, wasn't able to get on base. What has he been doing at the plate that you've seen?
He looks comfortable. He looks really good. He lined out, 2 or 3 times in the second game today as well. We hit some balls really hard in the second game. Didn't fall for us, and, that's part of it. But Callie's a heck of a baseball player, and I think we're starting to see that.
Is he locking down his spot over that hot corner?
Well, when you're hitting, when you're hitting 533 and you're, slugging over 1,000, I think you're making a pretty strong case for being in the lineup on a regular basis.
Coach, what did you see from Rio Britain today?
8 straight guys retired. I think it was 8 straight.
Yeah.
It was 8 in a row, and he was dominant. Great to see Rio grow. And he's really believing in himself right now, and he's got a heck of an arm and a big future. All these pitchers do. Doesn't matter which pitcher it is, they all have big futures. And, when one loses their confidence or goes through a little bit of a rough patch, they'll get it back. They'll get their mojo back, and it's just a matter of time.
You mentioned this before, that you're comfortable with your righties in the pen going against lefties. Has it been difficult for you at all over the course of this season with only 2 lefties, and how to try to manage that and getting them in their best situations?
Well, I'd like 5. If you can find 5 out there on the recruiting trail that are really good, let me know. We're always looking for quality left-handers or right-handers. If they're available, we're trying to get them, and they're hard to get. The good ones are really hard to get, and the guys like Rio Britain are really hard to get, So with him and Summers right now, they're very effective, as you can tell. You'd always love to have more left-handed pitching. It seems like our right-handed arms are able to get lefties out too, because they've got really, a couple of different looks with breaking balls and change-ups that are breaking different directions. So, I really like our ball club. Our pitching as well. We ran into a bump in the road at the beginning of that thing today, and that's just baseball.
Stone Tribby had another really good outing out of the pen. I feel like this is a guy that not a lot of people know about. Sac State transfer. Just what have you seen from him so far this season, and how do you think his role is going to evolve?
Well, again, same as Drew Kelly. I mean, the kid looks like he's, with his outings, he and Rio are screaming, "Give me the ball more," and so they'll get the ball more. So it's fun to see guys starting to succeed and find their own groove, and those two kids are really doing a nice job. Dylan Savy, I thought, threw the ball well today too, and so good for Dylan.
7-game win streak came to an end, but you still have a chance to win the series. Just what's the mindset going into tomorrow?
Just tomorrow. Take care of tomorrow. Tomorrow's for a series. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
This is a quality baseball program. Coach Checketts is a great baseball coach, and for us to win a series against Santa Barbara is a big deal.
Also, yesterday you said you had no updates on Adam Myers. Is that still the case? Anything new left?
Yeah, no, we haven't had any updates.
Okay, thanks.
Was Summers available if you needed him at any point today?
Yeah, absolutely. Summers he tells me he's always available, so yeah.